Alright everyone, the Galaxy S25 Edge is here, and honestly, I have mixed feelings. I wasn't even sure I was gonna buy this phone. Of course I pre-ordered it, immediately had regret, but by the time I was ready to cancel it, it had shipped. So now that we have it in hand, let's go ahead and unbox it and go through my first impressions. But as always, the box is minimal, nothing new. Okay, so definitely feels light. I mean, it's not a surprise. Feels nice. Let's see if we have any juice. Okay. Okay, so we have that turning on. Just to go through the box, which is always the same, a whole lot of nothing. We have the SIM ejection tool, quick start guide, and a USB-C to USB-C cable. And here we have the titanium silver, which is, funny story, I originally was dead set on getting the jet black. I knew I was gonna get that one. I regretted not getting that one on the S25 Ultra, but during checkout, for some reason, I changed my mind and ended up with the titanium silver. It still looks nice. What do you think? Did I miss my opportunity to get the jet black, or is this one better? Let me know. So of course we have the flat screen, flat sides. Obviously the buttons feel a lot thinner because the phone is thinner, so it makes sense. Camera bump definitely is present, but at least you get decent cameras. I don't know, we'll touch on that a little bit later. But next to the S25 Ultra, okay, yeah, that's really thin. Seeing it online, I know a lot of people are putting the phone side by side with other phones, and it looks smaller, obviously. But in person, it just looks way smaller. Like, I don't know, online, it just makes it look bigger. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difference. When comparing to the Ultra, the Edge is about 55 grams lighter. Yeah, it feels pretty decent. And just like everyone else is saying, I guess it's one of those things that you have to feel in order to like fully understand. And before this unboxing, I made it a point to not go to Best Buy or anything because I really just wanted to see the first impressions, like first hands on. And yeah, they're nice. But again, I have a lot of feelings. I don't really know how I feel. We'll just kind of go with it. But yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned how thin it is. It's actually 5.8 millimeters thin, which, you know, for perspective, the S25 Ultra is like 8.2 millimeters. So 8.2, 5.8. You see that difference? I mean, you still get a titanium frame. So again, we got the titanium silver. Let me know how you feel about that. Okay, so I have everything getting set up, but for the screen, we have a 6.7 dynamic AMOLED 2x display. Of course, 120 hertz, and it does go up to Quad HD plus. Normally on new phones, yep. Okay, I don't know why Samsung always does this, but whenever you get a new phone, if it does have Quad HD plus, it's always going to come with Full HD, so we will bump that up. On this one, it's kind of sus, just because we're going to bump it up, but this phone has a 3900 milliamp hour battery. So you definitely want to take advantage of like the sharp screen, but at the same time, at what cost? So we're just gonna go ahead and update that anyway, because if you have it, why not? And I think we still get the same glass coating that we do on the S25 Ultra, Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2. I think it's that one. I'll put it down here somewhere. But we don't get the anti-reflective properties, which I think is a miss, but nonetheless. So overall, it's a gorgeous display. I mean, Samsung makes gorgeous displays, so that's not a surprise. I did, however, get the anti-reflective film, so the screen protector I'll be able to put on and kind of give me those anti-reflective coating properties, I guess, if you will, but it's just not going to be native on the screen itself. Okay, well, the phone does feel high-end. Even though it's light, I wouldn't say it feels fragile. Like, it's solid for what it is, right? I don't know what I was expecting, but I mean, it feels good. I am going to try to use this phone without a case. That's what gives you the full experience. I mean, granted, if you do put a case on, it's still going to be lighter than your average slab phone, like the S25 series in general and like the iPhones, but I don't really want to take away from it. I mean, it is a good looking phone, don't get me wrong. But as on the back, as you see, we got a dual setup. So we do have the 200 megapixel wide angle camera that we have on the S25 Ultra. We have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then that's it. There's no telephoto lens. So I think like for the average person, that's gonna be okay. But if you are coming from an S25 Ultra, granted, I don't think you should replace your S25 Ultra for this. I mean, unless you want to, but this isn't necessarily trying to replace that. It's just an addition in the lineup, if that makes sense. Which it kind of doesn't, because I think everyone's just bamboozled by this phone. We still get all of the top tier specs. So we still have the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. So it's gonna be smooth. This is not, clearly it's not a budget phone. At, what was it, $10.99 USD? It's not cheap. It is not a cheap phone. And that's why I was kind of on the fence of ordering one. I don't really know who the target demographic is. I don't think anyone knows. I think we're all just trying to figure that out. So we'll just kind of see as time goes on. But as I said, it's not trying to replace the Ultra, and I actually don't think it's trying to replace the Plus either, but it does cost more than the Plus and has a 39 milliamp hour battery, which is obviously less than the Plus. I mean, again, you get great specs and you'll get all the regular AI tools that all of the S series has, because again, it is an S series, but the trade-off is going to be the battery capacity, obviously. Truthfully, I mean, I think this phone is about Samsung showing off. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but it is obviously thinner and lighter than what Samsung has ever made, and pretty much any phone manufacturer in the US, right? So I don't want to enter that other territory. People are going to crucify me in the comments. But as far as like the North America market, specifically in the US, this is the smallest or the thinnest phone that you can buy for now. No, Apple's rumored to come out with theirs, so it'll be interesting to see. With this, even though it's small, you're, again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, you're still getting top tier specs. You're getting the Snapdragon 8 Elite. I mean, you're getting good cameras. You're not getting a telephoto, but I think for the average person, they're going to be okay. You just want to take shots, upload them to social, create memories, take pictures of your family. Yeah, this is going to be sufficient. But yeah, I think this is going to be a statement piece. It's not a mass market bestseller, but it's going to be for people who care about the form factor above all else and don't mind charging it here and there, or who just aren't on their phone all day and, maybe it'll just last them and they just charge it before bed. But to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about this phone. But at this price, it's hard, honestly. Obviously, I'm going to be paying attention to the battery life because that's what I care about and how it holds up in daily use. So I'll be testing it for the next couple days, couple weeks, seeing how everything runs. And I have been using the S25 Ultra as my daily driver pretty much since it came out. I've switched between this and the Pixel 9 Pro XL for a bit, but I will have moved to this straight from this. So if it lacks anything, obviously, we know outside of battery, I'll be able to tell, you would think. But let me know in the comments what you think about this phone. Does the slim design make up for the smaller battery? Is the price justified? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and we shall see if I end up keeping this phone. I bought this with my own money. This wasn't sent out to me for review or anything. This was my own purchase. I didn't even trade in a phone for this. So yeah, it was a fun purchase, to say the least. But that's gonna be it for this unboxing. So if you're into tech and love overthinking phones like I do, maybe hit that like and subscribe button for more tech-related content. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.